I was really looking forward to Mouse of Horrors, and I'm pleased to say it's pretty good. This was released this year, 2025. It's directed by Brendan Petrizzo, written by Harry Boxley and Marc Gottlieb, and we have a cast including Lewis Santer, Stephen Staley, and Chris Lines as Dr. Rupert. And Dr. Rupert sends the mouse out to try and get some body parts. And based on personal preferences, I'm very glad that this was filmed in a fun fair. Also kind of makes it a little bit more sinister because, needless to say, this mouse is based on Mickey Mouse, and the fun fair aspect is very fun, very childlike. It's a reason a lot of people like to go to the fun fair because it helps us to reconnect with our inner child. But having Mickey Mouse and a child-suitable setting with this very bloodthirsty, violent film, it works very, very well. But in general, I love films set in fun fairs, and this certainly was an interesting take. And we also have another, well, I won't say who exactly, but we have another character inspired by Disney, and, well, not necessarily Disney, inspired by versions before Disney, but what I will say is that it was produced by ITN Distribution, who also produced Blood and Honey, and I'll say no more than that. It works very well as a concept. It's maybe not the most detailed narrative. Not a lot happens in terms of key plot points over the course of about an hour and 20 minutes. It's a lot of running around chasing after characters, but for this kind of film, for this kind of slasher film, that's often the case, and that's absolutely fine. The characters that the mouse is chasing after are fine. They're not the most interesting, but they serve a purpose, and that part of it works really well. The performances there are very good. With regards to the costume for the mouse, there's definitely the Mickey Mouse influence there, but it's not. It looks less like Mickey Mouse than the Pooh Bear version from Blood and Honey looks like Pooh Bear, if that makes sense. But it's still very identifiable. And also very traumatizing. The facial expression, the teeth, the mouth, very, very, very well done, very effective. And I thought it was good fun. It's silly fun. It's not the most scary film, but there are moments where it's maybe a little suspenseful. So it's a fun, cheesy horror, and as a story, I'd say it's quite well written. It's a well written narrative, well executed, not the most detailed, but it serves its purpose, and I rather enjoyed it. Maybe it's not fair to compare it to the two Blood and Honey films, they are different films, but I went into this expecting something of maybe a similar quality, and I have to say I think this is superior. Superior in terms of the narrative and the execution. I think it's much better handled as a story, and I was really pleased with the experience. If it sounds like something you're curious about, if you want to check it out and see what it's like, I really recommend Mouse of Horrors. Definitely an interesting film, one that I quite enjoyed. It may not be perfect, but it works well, and ultimately I'm happy to recommend it.